back to my channel. My name is Ria and welcome to The Real Ria Rose. Today I wanted to do a little commentary video and discuss my opinions on how I believe Facebook and Instagram is affecting many people's body image and creating a lot of mental health issues. But that I want to, in terms of mental health, I want to delve on that a little deeper in another video. Let me know if you would like that. I would love it if you guys would give this a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot and helps kind of spread my perception of Facetune and Instagram, and just help start a discussion that I think needs to be had more of in society and in our community. So without further ado and further blabbing, let us hop right into this video. So the first thing I want to discuss is Facetune and why we use Facetune. So Facetune originally kind of was created with the idea of a quick fix, like a quick fix to a blemish, or just smoothing an area out, and now is used quite predominantly as a easy Photoshop tool that is accessible on your phone. This is where we see really extreme examples of people using Facetune to honestly completely alter the way they look. So the first example would be Tana Mojo, and I saw this photo on my explore page, and when I clicked on it, I'm just gonna be real, I just thought it was an actress walking the red carpet, that's new and upcoming. Maybe we haven't seen her, maybe she's from an indie film. No, it's Tana Mojo. She looks nothing like she does in real life. She honestly looks like one of those Sims characters, but where you get to design your story. Yeah, she looks like one of those animations and not actually herself. Then we also have another extreme where this girl called Anastasia, I can't pronounce her last name, but I will insert a photo here. She looks, so if she ends up crossing the road, you won't even recognize her. You can't even imagine the thoughts and mentality that they have, especially Anastasia, to change body image in general just so drastically to the point where she looks unrecognizable. These extremes are one end of the spectrum, but this is where Facetune becomes a little bit more problematic, in that we see models and people who literally their job is to look perfect still go ahead, use this app and perfect their bodies even further. Like, it doesn't make any sense. For example, Rita Ora, this is a before and after. She literally looks perfect in the first photo, and she's trying to use Photoshop tools to perfect her body even more, even though she doesn't need it. So imagine the mindset that instills in a person. As in, if someone with a perfect body is doing this, then what should I be doing? If that makes sense. It kind of encourages a toxic mentality and toxic behavior to Facetune your body before uploading, because despite the photo originally being perfect, it still needs to go through tweaking in order to be Instagrammable, if that makes sense. If it was published maybe in a press release or in a magazine, it wouldn't be kind of altered the way it was. But no, because it has to be published on Instagram, it has to be perfected further. Iskra, she really was the forefront of introducing us to the prospect of that Instagram versus reality notion, and showing that everything, whatever you see, and showing that whatever you see online, the people you see online, is not real life, and many things are molded and shaped by lighting and angles. But this was ages ago. Facetune has taken it to a whole new level. Despite the posing, Despite the perfect lighting, people are still photoshopping and facetuning their images. It perpetuates, in a way, the idea of perfectionism and achieving that ideal body type literally everywhere you look. I keep on referring to the ideal body type. So let's just get into that for a second. What is our ideal body type? It's constantly being shaped and changed by the body standards that media portrays to us. The real issue is that it is constantly ever changing. If you take a look at this video by Cut or videos like this, they show that each decade comes with a new set of body standards and way people should look. Not only that, each country to this day, even today itself, has different body standards and a different idea of what beautiful and perfect should look like, which is all in itself, when I'm saying it out loud, very messed up. As much as I love the Kardashians, they have been the forefront for really changing the shape of what the ideal body type should be, and it is the hourglass figure. So now we see so many people going to do Brazilian butt lifts or boob jobs or both to achieve that ideal body shape. And that involves liposuction, that involves a lot of procedures. Sometimes people are so desperate to strive for perfection and kind of be accepted. And I think it's that longing for acceptance and longing for not being lonely and being alone and being part of society, in which they strive to accomplish the look, the perfect ideal body shape. And maybe then they will be considered perfect. Maybe then they'll be considered like they belong. Instagram constantly perpetuates that because those are the images that are getting the most likes. Those are the images that are getting the most comments and most hyped. And this is really dangerous and can be quite dangerous. It involves people doing dodgy procedures like injecting cement into their butts to get that BBL look, but for cheaper. There are a lot of procedures done within like the black market, and many procedures being done under non-professionals, such as injecting things such as cement into your butt, silicone in your lips. It is very bad, very toxic. People are doing that because they want to achieve the look. They want to be accepted. They want to kind of be, in a way, validated by society, and the core foundation to what kind of drives this. And Instagram honestly perpetuates that because they only promote that. I just want to go a little bit more into the problems with Facetune and Instagram being our source of setting what a body image and self should be. I'm getting quite heated, but the thing is, like I said before, body standards are always changing. So we don't know what the ideal body standard is going to be and who is it going to be set by in 2025. You know, right now it might be the hourglass shape, but say, hey, you've got a BBL and now flat butts are in. What are you going to do with your butt, you know? So that is why the idea of just perpetuating and promoting one body type and considering one body type being beautiful, completely messed up, because that is not how the world works and that is not how the world functions. I know what you guys might be saying, but they earn money from it. They earn money from their bodies. And again, Instagram is the source of those cases, unfortunately. This image, I'm definitely going to credit Luke Alexander for, because he sourced this image right here. I was floored. I was shooketh. This photo shows how the perpetuation of this one body type and idea of perfection introduces this massive lack of diversity. I thought this was the same person, just copied and pasted over and over and over and over again. They have been conditioned by the images that they see on their feed, on their explore page, that there is only this one standard of beauty. And hence they end up looking all like each other. Where is individuality? Where is the uniqueness of being you? And isn't that what makes kind of life so interesting, in that we all look and act differently, and that's kind of how relationships form, and we should go about our everyday life being proud of being unique. They might as well just have numbers put to their name. Honestly, that is how I feel. It is insane. The next problem I want to address is it becoming a source of comparison. Whether you like it or not, going on Instagram nowadays is not a place where you can see what your friends are doing, see the highlights, because at the end of the day, we end up comparing ourselves not only to their lives, but seeing that people with those body types end up living, in a way, better lives. And that encourages comparison and then leads to other issues such as mental health and encouraging a lot of toxic behaviors. This includes overeating for some, over-exercising for some, going on trips and stuff that you cannot, going on trips and to places and kind of going in debt just so you can be just as good. Honestly, those people that look perfect lead either one, ordinary lives and just have that photo going viral, or two, they encounter many other issues that we aren't aware of. They might be going through a divorce and we might not even know it. Now that this video was very ragey and very kind of repetitive, I would want to touch on a few solutions that may be possible, but it's gonna be a long way to get there. But I feel like this is essentially our only solution, and that is to take these influences, and it takes honestly a very strong influencer, because honey, if you give the option to anybody in the world to get a procedure either done for free that they've always wanted, all the money in the world saying, okay, if you do your lips or if you do these fillers, we'll pay you this much. Who is someone to say no if they are given those opportunities on a platter? It takes a very strong person with a very strong body confidence, but I have seen even the most confident influencer end up doing the most plastic procedures, the more following that they did end up receiving. That again perpetuates the cycle. So as a small influencer, they end up promoting body positivity and loving yourself, and that's how they get the initial followers. And then once they have the money, they have the opportunities given to them, they end up doing quite discreet procedures at first, and then you end up seeing the real deal, to where you're like, oh my god, look at your before and after, you look nothing alike. That's scary. It can be a solution if they just resist. I mean, we are only human at the end of the day, right? We're only striving for acceptance. So that is where we have that really big caveat within kind of solving this, because if more influencers stand up against those free procedures offered to them, stand up against the ideal body image and just take photos without Facetune, it could actually change the way Instagram is and Instagram functions. Many people have their own opinions on this, but for me, realistically, social media versus reality accounts, I'll leave my favorites down below as well, but they really have helped me kind of want to go on Instagram in a way that I'm able to stay on the app longer. Before, there was a point where I would just go on the app for literally 5 minutes, not even that long, maybe like a minute, just to scroll and see if I have any messages or notifications and log off, because then again it perpetuates the cycle for me to self-compare on the explore page. But since following those accounts, it just acts as a quick reminder like, hey, what you're seeing is not real. It's just a highlight reel. It's just being edited. You know, this is not the reality. This is not how everyone looks like, and you don't need to feel bad. And you can still go about, say, looking at the perfected image, but with that realistic kind of mindset rather than that utopia, that fantasy that they're giving us. And you still appreciate it, but you're like, okay, I like this photo knowing that this is photoshopped. Some people really hate them and say, you know, they're ruining the fantasy and they're ruining the perception. But in my eyes, I think that this is good and it helps a lot of people. For me, it works. Whether you want to be an influencer, whether you are an influencer, I think working a 9-to-5 job, you don't have time to Photoshop. You don't have time to dedicate yourself to being perfect, because you know the average woman, the average man does not have time to perfect the ideal body image, okay? We have an economy, we have a world we need to run, and people in our lives and family to look after. There are a lot more things to prioritize than just how we look. If these influencers meet a requirement of at least working somewhat of a job whilst doing this influencer life, I think that there would be a lot more of a balance. I think that would stop that constant cycle of when they're small, they're like more humble and they're like, no, love yourself, peace and love, you know, love your body. And then the bigger they get, the more they practice the art of deception, because it just leaves that little bit of realism back in their lives. And them working like a 9-to-5 and a realistic job may kind of prevent them from getting all these procedures done, because who wants to have bubble lips and a bubble butt when they are just working like a retail position or scanning items at Kohl's, you know, or working at Walgreens or something like that. And then we will end up seeing different body shapes and people's natural body shapes on Instagram, and then I think that would just slowly reduce the problem. But hey, I am just one person in this big wide world that has this idea. What are your thoughts? What are your solutions? I just wanted to create this video and share my thoughts. And again, this is a commentary video. I don't mean to like bash anyone. There's no tea and shade. Even when I was exposing those extreme influences, I honestly see them as just animations rather than people, because they look so different to how they look like in real life. I love just like gathering my thoughts and filming this for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys like to see more commentary videos? I have way more ideas and different concepts to introduce to you guys. In this society, we're quite silenced, and voicing your opinions, especially in the way and style you want, in your hoodie, in the comfort of your own home. I would love it if you guys would give this video a like and subscribe, and let's get a discussion started in the comments down below, and it would really help my channel and spread my possible solution out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I love you with all my heart, and I'll catch you, my beautiful best friends, in the next video. Bye!